Hey everybody, it's Karen Dudek-Brannan, and today I am going to talk about a concept that productivity experts have referred to as eating your frog. So, one of the most common complaints among graduate students completing their dissertations is that they have no time and energy to get their work done. And by the time they reach out to us for help, they're usually at the breaking point where they know they won't finish without help, which is why they end up talking to us and coming to us for support, which is exactly what we help people through. But by the time we talk to people, they are at the point that they know their doctoral journey will continue to be exhausting if they don't make a change and get the help that they need now. And really, if you ask anyone who's finished their doctorate and you ask them how they actually got it done, they sometimes might tell you things like, oh, just manage your time and plan ahead, or give you the advice, avoid procrastination, or even say things like, just take it one step at a time, which all of those things are true, don't get me wrong, but the problem is that it's just not that simple. And if it was, then 50% of doctoral students wouldn't end up quitting before they finish their degrees. Because the truth is that by the time many clients come to me, they've already tried a number of different productivity apps and planners and strategies, and they've already made to-do lists, or at least tried that. But the problem is that they don't end up getting to their to-dos, or maybe in their head they've decided that they're going to make a change and start being more productive in working on their dissertation, but for some reason they are stuck at a certain point and they're not making progress. So, a lot of times they might block out time for writing and look back and realize that other things took priority and they didn't actually sit down and do it, or they actually do spend some time doing what they thought would be writing, but then they look back and realize they didn't actually get any writing done during that time. Or they look back at their draft and realize it doesn't make any sense. And each day they feel constantly busy. And after weeks, months, maybe even years of being at the dissertation stage, they find they haven't made any significant progress. And part of the reason that this is happening is because they haven't developed the habit of what Mark Twain once called eating the frog. So Twain has been quoted as saying, if you have to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if you have to eat two frogs, eat the biggest one first. So the philosophy goes that if you don't end up eating the frog, then the frog may end up eating you. So your metaphorical frog is that most overwhelming, difficult task you need to do during the day, the one that's most likely to consume your thoughts, or that one area where you're most likely to procrastinate, usually because it's difficult, it might have multiple steps, it might require the most brain power. So that's why we tend to put those things off, because a lot of times we avoid things if we're not exactly sure what step to do next. So we end up doing nothing. So if you eat the frog first, that does two powerful things for you. Number one, it ensures that that frog actually gets done before you have time to distract yourself with other things that may keep you away from ever starting it. And second, it ensures that you have the mental energy for your, quote, smaller frogs, because now you can rest assured that that first frog has been eaten. It's not something that's hanging over your head and taking your mental energy, and you're not preoccupied by it when you're doing other things that sometimes might be avoidant tactics that you might be doing so that you don't have to eat your frog. But the problem is that many of us don't operate by this principle when we have something difficult in front of us. A lot of us don't choose to eat the frog first. Instead, we do the opposite. So we might identify our frog and then put it off. And we find the easiest things to do, or the things that we enjoy doing the most, and we do those things first because they're more comfortable. And then because we haven't completed our most important and difficult task, we end up stressing about it because it's not done, and then feel even worse about ourselves because we know we're procrastinating. So maybe we're not feeling that stress when we're doing those avoidance tactics and doing those other activities, but we do feel the pain eventually at some point in time, whether that be when we're scrambling to get something done, or whether it be after and we realize that either we haven't met our deadline or we've just done poor quality work because we put it off so long and we were rushed. And adding that level of stress eats away at our mental well-being and impedes our performance, not just in what we're doing, but in those other areas, because we've got that ball and chain that we're thinking about. And then the problem is that sometimes that causes us to never finish whatever it is we want to accomplish. So the question is this: if we know it's best to just eat the damn frog and get it over with, why don't we just do it already? Well, it's because many of us don't know how to find it. So sure, we might have some idea of what our frog is. So for example, we know we need to, quote, work on our dissertation. That might be on our to-do list for the day. Or maybe we even get more specific than that and we know that we're supposed to be writing our methods section. But stating that, just how I did, by saying, I need to work on my dissertation today, it's really not specific enough. And it doesn't really tell us what action steps we have to do. So we don't really know what our frog is. It just gives us a general idea of where the frog might be without actually identifying it. So we have a hard time finding the frog. It would almost be like if I told someone that I live in Illinois when they ask for my address so they could come visit me. They might get a better idea of where to go, but they're not likely to be able to get to my house. I'm just not being specific enough. So the same thing goes for your dissertation. Knowing that you need to be working on it isn't enough. To actually be able to get it done and regularly take intelligent steps towards the end goal, we have to be able to break it down into those steps so you know exactly what your frog is for the day. So each day and each week, you can make steady progress towards your end goal of finishing the dissertation and becoming a doctor, so that every day you can identify exactly what the frog is and you can get to eating it and just getting it done so that you can finally live the life that you want because you have this degree that you've been working on for so long. And really, this is exactly what I help my clients do in our premium dissertation coaching program. Our goal is to get you taking that intelligent action every day so you never have to worry about that endless cycle of procrastination, nor do you have to worry about writer's block. Instead, we help you break down exactly what you need to be doing to move forward so you can effortlessly and consistently get in the zone and get your work done so you can graduate and live the life you want. But of course, we only accept the most committed clients into our program. So the bottom line at this point, I don't know if you would be a fit, but what I do know is that I would love to find out. So right now, if you are struggling with procrastination and you've been stuck at any stage of your dissertation and you just can't figure out why you're not making progress, or maybe you have some idea, but you haven't been able to find the strategy to move you forward, I would love to hop on a call with you and see if we can support you in finally finishing this dissertation so that you can get your degree and live the life that you want. So to learn if we can help you get to the finish line and finish your dissertation, all you need to do is sign up for a free dissertation breakthrough session in the link below. What'll happen is that we'll hop on a call for about 45 minutes to an hour and get you massive clarity on what's keeping you from reaching your goals. So all you need to do to sign up is go to meetme.so/Karen Dudek-Brannan with Dudek-Brannan hyphenated, or you can go to the link below this video, click on that link, and it'll take you to a scheduling page, and you'll be able to sign up for a time that works for you.